What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Baddog back with another video, and this one is going to be, I plan on kind of doing a series of this. It's going to be my bold predictions, what I think is going to happen during the season, and this is probably the least bold prediction I'll make, and that is that Saquon Barkley is going to win the rushing title. Now, everybody's going to come out and say, oh, you're biased, he's a giant, you know, he got no chance of doing this, it's just because he's a giant. Listen, I have watched football for 35 years, and I have never in my life seen a guy that has just the physical capabilities of Saquon Barkley. This guy can do everything, man. He's fast, he's strong, he's elusive, he can catch, he can run, he's a home run hitter. It's ridiculous. This guy, there's nothing that Saquon Barkley cannot do on a football field. Now, a lot of people are going to say the Giants suck and they're going to stuff the box and they're going to do all this stuff to stop Saquon Barkley. I'm going to say this, though. You stuff the box and Saquon Barkley breaks when he's gone. When you only have 3 men in the secondary, if Saquon Barkley gets through the line of scrimmage, it's over. I mean, it's a big gamble to sit there and stuff the box constantly. I mean, it's a big gamble to stuff the box if you want to play action pass and hit a guy like Evan Ingram. It's a big risk. I mean, obviously, teams are going to do that. Don't get me wrong. Teams are going to stuff the box. Their main objective is going to be to stop Saquon Barkley, but that was their objective last year, too, and they could not do it. I mean, we had the 21st ranked offensive line in football last year, including the worst run blocker in all of football, and Chad Wheeler, and this guy still went for 1,307 yards, good for second best in the league, behind only Ezekiel Elliott, who had 43 more carries than Saquon Barkley. Now, why do I think Saquon Barkley is going to win the rushing title this year? Very simple. 2 words: offensive line. The offensive line is much improved, man. It is much improved. Anybody that watched the last half of the season could see Nate Solder and Will Hernandez really forming chemistry on the left side of that line. And a lot of people think Will Hernandez is going to be a Pro Bowl type of blocker this year. A lot of people really expect Will Hernandez to come into his own and have a big season for the New York Giants, including myself. I loved when we picked him. I was so happy we got Will Hernandez in the second round. It was just perfect. And we got Saquon Barkley, and then you got, you know, one of the a really good left guard to help pave the way for Saquon Barkley. We get John Jalapeno back at center. That's a huge improvement. He was playing really well until he was injured last year. And then, of course, on the right side of the line, we added Kevin Zeitler, who's one of the best guards in the league. And although Mike Remmers is not what he used to be, and he's certainly not a great right tackle, he is at least an average to above average right tackle. Remember, everyone was talking about how bad he was last year, and he played out of position the entire season. And people have also told me Mike Remmers sucks. He's the reason that the Panthers lost the Super Bowl. Von Miller was killing us. And Von Miller kills a lot of linemen. And this has nothing to do with pass blocking. This has to do with run blocking. And Mike Remmers is so much better of a run blocker than Chad Wheeler. Everybody was a better run blocker than Chad Wheeler. So it is a huge upgrade on the line of scrimmage for the New York Giants. Saquon Barkley has another year to adapt to Pat Shurmur's system. He's used to all the NFL now. He has a year under his belt. Obviously, they're going to use Saquon Barkley as much as they can. I believe he's going to have more carries this year. Every time he carried the ball 20-plus times, pretty sure we won. I'm not exactly positive about that, but I think every time he carried the ball 20 times or more, we won those 4 games. He was killing the Philadelphia Eagles. In the second game, we totally stopped running him. But he killed the Eagles. He killed the Cowboys. This guy did a really good job against teams in the NFC East, and I expect that to continue. Like I said, the fact that we upgraded the offensive line is a really big deal. The fact that he's got a year under his belt is a really big deal. I don't think anybody could sit there and say they weren't prepared for Saquon Barkley. And, they didn't know what to expect. Teams had to prepare for him, especially after you saw that huge run he broke against Jacksonville week 1. Everybody knew the kind of home run hitting power that this guy had. And, I mean, look at the first carry of his Giants career in the preseason when he took the ball 39 yards for a first down. You could see everything in that first run, the way he set up the block and the way he exploded through the hole and then his speed to get to the outside. This kid can do everything. Now, there's been a big debate going on who's the best running back in the league. Is it Ezekiel Elliott? Is it Saquon Barkley? Listen, I'll be freely honest. If I'm going to say Saquon Barkley, maybe part of that is because I'm a Giants fan, okay? Perhaps it is. But Saquon Barkley, I'll say this, is the most talented running back out there. And there's no question. You can question whether he's the best or not. Because Ezekiel Elliott, he's a great running back. I'm not taking anything away from Ezekiel Elliott. I'm not taking anything away from Todd Gurley. I'm not taking away anything from Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey. These guys are all great running backs. They're all great, but they don't possess all of the skills that Saquon Barkley does. You cannot tell me any of those guys are more talented than Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley and that offensive line will put that together this year, and you're going to see him lead the league in rushing because I believe he'll have more rushing attempts. The offensive line is a lot better, and again, this is a guy that had 43 less carries than Ezekiel Elliott, and he was about 120 yards behind him. That's less than 3 yards a carry. We all know Saquon Barkley averaged 5 yards a carry. So he averaged more yards than Zeke. And like I said, he should have more carries this year, and he's going to have a much better offensive line to run behind. And hey, some games they are going to stuff the box, and some games they're going to say Eli Manning beat you, and Eli Manning's got to beat him. But also when you stuff the box, that play-action pass becomes really, really effective because all of a sudden everybody's going to bite on that run, and that leaves a lot of wide-open receivers running through the secondary. And again, if you've got an 8-man box and you're playing man coverage, all it takes is one of those receivers to catch a quick slant and he's gone. So it's a big risk to put all those guys in the box. You're not going to do that every play. It's not going to happen. It's just not. They're not going to play 8 in the box every play. It's not going to happen. So the Giants will pick their spots. Their offensive line, like I said, is much better. They have road graders up front now, whereas before when you had guys that got pushed back in the line of scrimmage, it wasn't very good. I mean, we had Eric Flowers starting the year, guys. Eric Flowers and Chad Wheeler. We had those two guys at the beginning of the year. Actually, we had Eric Flowers, and then it turned into Chad Wheeler. So it did not help matters at all. But this team really came together, especially on the left side of that line in the second half of the season. And I'm telling you right now, man, this New York Giants running attack is going to go back to the way it used to be. It's going to be strong. It's going to be physical. And when you have the most talented back in the league behind that offensive line, he's going to do a lot of damage to a lot of teams this year. We saw that. We saw what he did to the Redskins that second game. He had 13 carries for like 175 yards or whatever it was before they pulled him out of the game after the first series in the third quarter. We saw him destroy Philadelphia even though they blew us out in the first game. We saw him destroy Philadelphia. The 6 quarters that he played against Philadelphia, I mean, he killed them. He absolutely killed them. So this guy's a very dangerous running back. In my opinion, the most dangerous running back in the league. And with a better offensive line in front of him, he's going to have an incredible season. I don't know how many yards he's going to have. You see the numbers. Could he have 1,300? Could he have 1,400? Could he have 1,500? Could he have more than 1,500? Who knows? But my bold prediction, Saquon Barkley is going to lead the NFL in rushing in 2019. You can hate away if you want, but you can agree if you want. Like I said, I plan on doing a few of these videos, bold predictions, but I had to start it off with my main man, Saquon Barkley, the New York Giants. I believe that Saquon Barkley is going to win the 2019 rushing title. I guess only time will tell. Until then, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you later tonight for the Yankees and Rays with my man, the Sports Reaction. Take care. It's Baddog, and I'm gone. Peace!